Welcome to the Straightforward Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown, your WWE main event. Spoilers for this week. It'll be October 1st. Happy birthday to myself on that day. For the Thursday episode of SmackDown. Okay, happy birthday to longtime manager and pro wrestler Skander Akbar, aka real name Jimmy Weba. Was born September 29, 1934, died August 19th. 2010 at the age of 75 due to prostate cancer. Also, former pro wrestler David Sammartino turned 55 years old. He was born September 29th, 1960. He is the son of WWE legend Bruno Sammartino, who was in his corner at his first WrestleMania event. Yoshihiro Tajiri turned 45 years old. Born September 29, 1970. He works occasionally for the Wrestle One promotion in Japan. Wrestler Togi Makabe. Real name, Senya Makabe, turned 43 years old. He was born September 29, 1972. Also, would have been the birthday of Territory Era. I already said that one. It's 80 years old. This one says 80. The other one, the other article said he was 79. Would have been 80 years old. That's what it is. Okay. Happy birthday to six-time WWF Hardcore Champion Steve Blackman, 52. Former CMLL Tag Team Champion Atlantis turned 53. And Japanese Tag Team Legend Jado turned 47. Those all had birthdays on September 28th. September 30th. Birthdays. Adam Pac-Man Jones turned 32 years old, while GFW TNA star Trevor Lee turned 22, and former diva, WWE diva Candice Michelle turned 37. Also would have been the 46th birthday of Hall of Famer Chris Von Erich. Well, breaking news, the Hall of Famer Tammy Sytch appeared in court last Friday after being arrested on Wednesday for a bench warrant that had an issue due to her skipping 3 previous court dates. For a May DUI arrest, Sonny was released from jail after posting a $2,000 cash bail that evening. She was released from jail and the warrant was canceled with the following conditions. Of course, she posted the $2,000 bail. Report to Carbon County Adult Parole and Probation Department within 72 hours of her jail release. She will officially be notified the court, district attorney, and her own attorney of any change in address or phone number. She will also complete a drug and alcohol evaluation and follow all recommendations made. She agrees to a zero tolerance policy for the possession, control, and consumption of alcoholic beverages and non-prescription medicine. If she violates which, she will be arrested for violating her bail terms and fulfill the remaining of her term. And she also agrees to appear in court on December 2nd for charges against her to be read. The judge will be advised if there has been a plea bargain reached. If no plea has been made, Sonny agrees that she will appear in court for a jury trial on December 7th. Emma has a YouTube cooking show on YouTube. Her first ever episode. Okay. The video from Ellen's show of the dance clips from Raw that were shown also posted on this month to raise awareness for pediatric cancer awareness. Also from Twitter.com. I will post that as well. Did you know segment? On my Did You Know segment. September 29th. This day in wrestling history. 1971. WWF held their first ever TV taping at the Fieldhouse in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. A venue that would become a mainstay taping venue for many years. Also on this date, September 29th, 2005, CM Punk made his official WWE developmental debut in Ohio Valley Wrestling. WWE latest, Where Are They Now? Features catching up with co-winner of Tough Enough Season 1 winner, Nydia Ginnard. Nydia, who was released in November of 2004, now leads a Girl Scouts troop in her free time and is married with 2 kids. She commented on being a stay-home mom with these days and gave advice to the current tough-enough hopefuls. For me, I don't think I was going to be a mom, but after I decided that was the route we were going to take, it was very important for me to stay home. My parents didn't stay home, but I was lucky that my grandparents took care of me. It was nice for me to have such a loving environment and someone who was always looking out for my best interest. That's what I wanted to do for my kids. Make sure that you love it if you want to do it. It's definitely a profession that you have to love if you want to succeed. It's not easy. Apparently, the last night's Raw performance evaluation storyline with Kane was inspired by recent real-life events in the company and the Bill DeMott debacle from earlier this year, according to Wrestling Observer Radio. Pro Wrestling Tees has launched an official t-shirt for WWE legend Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and I'll show you the link on that. And now you can purchase t-shirts directly from Jim the Anvil Neidhart at the link that I will show. And also his daughter, Natty by Nature, posted on Twitter as well, a picture. And WWE is stopping that t-shirt from going to market. As I will, I think I posted it in my here. I was reading about it. WWE is trying to get it removed from 1 Hour Tees. There's 1 Hour Tees on Twitter, twitter.com, 1 Hour at 1 Hour Tees, and they're talking taking fan questions on Twitter yesterday. Kurt Angle was asked his thoughts on WWE diva Sasha Banks. He replied with the following praise: "A real Kurt Angle, perhaps the most gifted female wrestler I've seen. But don't forget about at Gail Kim, it's me, and at Mickie James, hashtag Raw Talent, and also a link, twitter.com, Baylor, /Baylor Banks, /status, and all that. Follow Sasha Banks at Sasha Banks, WWE. Follow Real Kurt Angle at Real Kurt Angle. Follow Gail Kim at Gail Kim, it's me. Follow Mickie James at Mickie James and Baylor Banks. As Sasha retweeted, wow, honored. Former WWE superstar Nick Eugene Dinsmore is currently working on launching his own indie promotion and wrestling school in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. According to PW Insider, Eugene is also doing a weekly 30-minute radio show called Breaking Kayfabe at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on AM 1230 and FM 98.1 in Sioux Falls. There are reports going around online that Ashley from Human Resources from Raw's episode in Buffalo may have been a real WWE employee. The director of WWE Human Resources is actually a woman named Ashley Osterreiter, and she's been with the company since 2014. However, this was not the same woman that was on Raw last night. According to a source in WWE, furthermore, that our NXT correspondent Tara sent word that she attended a WWE HR event at Full Sail University last June that was hosted by Ashley, and that is not the same woman who was on Raw last night. WWE is teasing that Ashley from Human Resources may be returning to Raw after last night's angle with Kane. They have a new poll asking fans who else is in need of a performance evaluation, and such stars as Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, John Cena, The New Day, Paige, Randy Orton, Stardust, Rusev, Kevin Owens, or the Dudley Boys. With over 7,500 votes, Paige is leading with 17%, but John Cena is right behind with 16%. Ambrose is following third with 13%, Stardust 12%, Wyatt has 11%, and New Day has 10%. That's all three members of New Day combined. WWC Universal Champion Mr. 450 Hammett recently did an interview with Primera Hora in Puerto Rico and revealed that he's being brought back by WWE NXT next week to work TakeOver and the NXT TV tapings at Full Sail University. Hammett has lost 3 matches on NXT TV in the last year as Jesus De Leon. I lost to Bill Dempsey last December. a loss to Baron Corbin in July, and an 8-man loss with Jesse Sorensen, Aaron Solo, and another wrestler to Enzo Amore, Colin Cassidy, and the Hype Brothers. In August, Hammond told Primera Hora that he's hoping to get a deal with WWE. E! Online spoke recently with the Bella Twins and Paige to promote the Total Divas season finale. At the same time, the SmackDown was being taped. Nikki commented on ex-boyfriend Dolph Ziggler still being interested in her and how that will also pay out. And I will post the link for it since I could not download the picture on Instagram. Right above me right here of it's actually a video link probably of it, and it's going to be a page. Let's see. E! Online. The page commented on wanting to tell her fiance that she doesn't want to get married. It's going to be left on a huge cliffhanger. I don't want to give anything away, but because it's so close, you're going to be excited to see what's on next season. And it's already been posted. The actual thing. Well, a new trailer for WWE Studios, Condemned 2, starring Randy Orton. Maybe we'll see a limited theatrical release on November 6th and will be available on demand. And I'll post a link for that. The first link is removed, so I probably won't even post that. I'll go right to the second link. That does work. As WWE superstar Randy Orton and Eric Roberts ignite a powder keg of action in this explosive follow-up to the Condemned movie that John Cena was in after a failed mission to capture the leader of a deadly gambling ring, starring West Studi, bounty hunter Will Tanner, who Orton is playing, becomes the hunted, a human target in a game in which contestants must kill or be killed. I guess he's going to be called the Legend Killer in this movie. Well, maybe not. As high rollers bet on who will survive, Will, his dad, Eric Roberts, and members of Will's team wage an all-out war against the game's mastermind, Stephen Michael Casada, playing that part. Lionsgate presents a WWE Studios production, The Condemned 2, available in theaters and on demand November 6th, and the rating is rated R. WWE is expected to bring back the pink ropes this week on this week's SmackDown, as it will be October 1st. WWE is running breast cancer awareness campaigns with Susan G. Komen every October for a few years now. It's still cancer, so it's still, I was right earlier, or in Monday Night Raw video. The ropes have been gold and yellow for most part of September for pediatric cancer awareness. I haven't noticed that. Divas coach Sarah Del Rey was not backstage for last night's Raw in Buffalo as she was at the Performance Center All Access tour yesterday. And I'll be posting some of the links there. There was also a pic of the group. Oh yeah, that's with the NXT. Okay, so I'll be posting all that there. Day 1, day 2, I did not get. Day 3, there's a picture. Day 4, a picture. I'll probably post them all at the same time right there. Day 4, by Instagram link. Day 1 with an Instagram link. Day 5, there will be there's a picture. I know WWE noted on Monday that they announced Hornswoggle has been suspended for 30 days due to its first violation of the wellness policy. First publicly announced suspension due to a wellness violation since former WWE star Ricardo Rodriguez failed the test in July 2013. This should be taken as a rumor for now, but a credible source noted that a story going around says Hornswoggle didn't actually test positive for a banned substance. The story is that Hornswoggle was surprised by a random urine test at his home, and when he couldn't produce urine within a window of 3 hours, they automatically failed him. Again, this should be taken as a rumor for now. Wellness policy states that talents are informed of tests a few hours ahead of time, but they are subject to an unannounced test at any time. The random selection program is designed to have all the WWE talents be tested as a minimum of 4 times per year. Policy also states that talents will have no more than 2 hours from time of notification to provide a urine sample, and any delay beyond 2 hours may be determined to be a refusal to test. But if you take the test, it can't be a refusal. A refusal to submit to a test is treated as a positive test, and talents suffer the same penalties. We know that Hornswoggle hasn't been at every WWE TV taping as of late, so it's possible they did an unannounced test at his home. Did reach out to WWE for comment on the rumor on Monday evening and received the following response. Due to privacy laws, WWE does not release the specific nature of the violation. It's been rumored that TNA will tape the next Impact Wrestling episodes on an upcoming tour of India. So that's going to take you out throughout the remaining of their Destination America TV. And it appears that the tour was now confirmed as indie promoter David Harrow announced on Facebook that Mr. Anderson and TNA World Heavyweight Champion Ethan Carter III have been pulled from his Blizzard Brawl 11 event on December 5th because they will be in India with TNA for the TV taping. Wrestling Observer Newsletter noted that at least some time TNA talents were told for the first time about their tour last week and given the dates of November 29th through December 5th. So they got to keep those dates free. These tapings should carry TNA throughout December and January. When the UK tour takes place, TNA will likely piece together episodes of Impact with previously taped matches that haven't aired yet to carry them until the India tapings. There are rumors that WWE could be announcing some new signings in the next few weeks, including Athena, Rich Swann, Biff Music, and Eddie Bandito Jr., Orengo, who is coming in as a referee, as seen in the link as Busick gave his farewell speech to Beyond Wrestling on Saturday night. There's a YouTube link. There's now speculation that we may get a Dolph Ziggler versus United States Champion feud on as the Total Divas Season 4 finale ended with Ziggler trying to kiss ex-girlfriend Nikki Bella, who currently is dating John Cena. It appears Season 5 will pick up with Ziggler's attempt at kissing her, as Nikki tweeted the following tonight on the show, after the show. At Bella Twins, life can be beyond complicated in this moment. I say, just follow your heart. WWE production worker who Bray Wyatt tossed into Roman Reigns during the this week's Raw episode was indie veteran Tony Reese, formerly of TNA, as well. Those are going under Anthony Reese, the name. Now, Atlanta posted the following on Instagram today, thanking Natalia for helping her train in the ring for mentoring her. As you will see that, you go to her, there was a picture, or what have you. Okay, Pro Wrestling Tees, again, like I said, official t-shirt store for Jim Anvil Neidhart. They revealed today that WWE attempted to block the shirts from being sold on their website. Due to WWE's exclusive merchandise contract with Neidhart, the Neidhart store page was updated with a statement, which can be seen, and I did not get that link, as well as comments from PWT, Pro Wrestling Tees affiliates of CM Punk, and also Colt Cabana commented, "We received a notice from WWE stating that we were violating intellectual property rights by selling Jim Neidhart shirts on our website. First off, we don't sell anything on our site. The wrestlers do. Our website is a portal for independent and retired pro wrestlers to sell their own merchandise to hundreds of thousands of fans worldwide. We then simply print for them and ship them to their customers. Everything is contracted through the wrestlers. They get the final say in the designs they sell and the price they sell the shirts for. After doing more research, found that WWE didn't own the trademark on the name Jim Neidhart, nor the Hart Foundation. After explaining this to their lawyer, we were then told that Jim has an exclusive merchandise agreement with WWE. Really? Then where is all the Jim the Anvil merchandise? We've never seen a Jim the Anvil t-shirt ever. Maybe one of him and Bret Hart together, but never a solo shirt. WWE continuously blocks retired pro wrestlers from selling merchandise on the internet. These wrestlers have fans that want to show their appreciation for them, but they aren't allowed to show because WWE says they have merchandise rights to them. If WWE has these rights, then use them. That way WWE makes the money instead of the wrestlers. Wrestlers profit sometimes over 10 times more than what they get in royalties through any merchandise deal with WWE. There is no reason they shouldn't allow Jim to have extra money in his pocket. There is no competition here because they aren't selling Anvil t-shirt. Being under a WWE Legends contract is understandable, but why is Jim in an exclusive merchandise contract if he has no merchandise? If they aren't going to allow him to sell his own merchandise through our website portal, then at least sell shirts for him through the WWE shop. Rob Van Dam is currently filming a war movie in California. He teased on Periscope that it may be entitled Captive and may feature Steven Seagal. So could we happen to have a Steven Seagal versus RVD match? Possible. Or could they tag team? We'll find out. After last weekend's WWE live events, that the WWE security presence was beefed up, likely due to WWE cracking down on fan incidents. Fans attending this past weekend's live events in the Northeast noted the same, but there was more security as usual. Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze, formerly known as Medusa, went on Instagram and took shots at Nikki Bella, as well as some of the other divas last night. Blaze suggested that during Nikki's Raw promo, she heard Blaze's name yelled from the crowd and threw her hand up as if to hush the fans. Blaze goes on to say Paige is not AJ Lee in regards to her pipe bomb promo and said most of the current WWE divas are overrated. She also teases on showing up next week, Raw with Natalya, to get involved with the Divas Revolution. As Blaze wrote, hashtag just my opinion, I believe about halfway through this promo, which was a badass promo, the moment and mood, hashtag mood miss at then the Nikki Bella was in. She heard my name being yelled from an audience member on at hashtag Raw, WWE, hashtag Monday Night Raw, and then threw up her hand. As I threw up in my mouth to just ignore the fact that forever existence of Alundra Blaze is the real revolutionary that started this hashtag revolution. A hashtag will never go away. Not to mention hashtag Pat Bomb, hashtag you're not AJ, at Real Page WWE, calling the at WWE NXT Championship the Women's Championship. Meh. Well, let's just call it like I see it. Most of you are overrated. Half of you cannot wrestle. Just some sound illiterate as soon as you open your pie hole. Also disrespectful. If I were you, all I would be watching your back. If you never know who at 90 by Nature might show up with just to bitch slap a few across the face for a receipt. Oh, and where in the hell is hashtag Team BAD? Hashtag too busy with glow sticks and things. That hashtag glow in the dark, as far as I am concerned. At Charlotte WWE and at WWE Becky Lynch have it going on at the moment. But what the hell do I know? I'm 50 years old, past my time, and I have been reported as an ugly bitch. I have 3 words for you. You can call me hashtag boss ass bitch. Ziggler flirts with Nikki Bella to start the Cena versus Ziggler U.S. title match. Link. In the video link, YouTube, former WWE developmental manager Kenny Starmaker Bolin talked with Bill Apter of OneWrestling.com and says Brock Lesnar absolutely bullied him after an OVW live event. When he first entered developmental, Bolin talks about how he did Lesnar's first media appearance when Lesnar came to OVW and they hung out very often. Bolin says he thought he and Lesnar were friends, but found out otherwise after an OVW live event. As Bolin said, so the show ends, the fans are out, and Brock Lesnar's girlfriend, who he was engaged to, who had been taken to my house 100 times, who I had hugged 100 times, who I had kissed on the cheek 100 times. Well, this particular night, I didn't hug her or kiss her because I was soaked in sweat so bad I wouldn't put anybody through that, including my worst enemy. So I did the Hollywood thing, motioned a kiss towards her cheeks, never touched her, and it wouldn't have mattered if I did in my eyes. Here comes Brock Lesnar through the door. He's on the ring crew. Brock comes through the door and says, "Get your hands off my woman, Bolin." So I'm thinking, the show is over, Brock. No need to carry on anything here. I said, "Oh, okay, Brock. Nothing out of me." Playing along with him for whoever he's trying to entertain. He says, "I mean what I say. Get your hands off of her, you son of a bitch." I looked at him and I said, "Are you serious?" Then he goes on a bit of a cussing rant, telling me what he's going to do if I ever touch his wife again, wife to be again. I said, number one, I never touched her. Number two, I've kissed your woman on the cheek 100 times before, and it never bothered you. What is your problem? Now he comes over and gets in my face, and I'm going, what the heck is the matter with this guy? So he's nose to nose with me. He says, "You ever touch her again, and I will fucking kill you." I said, "All right, Brock, point made." Then his girlfriend says, "Brock, leave him alone. He never touched me." He turns her to her, Shut up, bitch, I ain't talking to you." So now she's hot. He looks at me, and again, as I said, you're out of line, pal." He takes his hand and pie faces me. The worst thing I did is I didn't go down. It pissed him off. I didn't go down. My son loses it. He's going, "Oh God, Dad's going to get killed." He runs downstairs, gets Sylvester Turkay, runs him back up. Turkay comes charging in, gets in Brock's face, and says, "Hey, if you want to fight somebody, why don't you fight somebody your own size that's capable of fighting you?" He says, "You want to fight? Fight me." Brock looked at him and walked away. So that's where Brock was then, as opposed to where he is now. Because now that might be a different story. An ECW rivalry will be ending this Saturday night in Kingsport, Tennessee, at the Civic Auditorium, as Kid Cash kicks off his retirement tour and faces longtime rival Easy Money. Doors open at 7 p.m. for NWA Smoky Mountain, Jason Kincaid, and the Quest for the Golden Quadrant event. And I did not get the link for that. Dang it again. So look up Smoky Mountain Wrestling or NWA Smoky Mountain. Alberto Patron, a.k.a. Alberto Del Rio, will be teaming with his father, Dos Caros, and his brother, former WWE developmental talent El Hijo Dos Caros, real name Guillermo Rodriguez, on October 8th in Laredo, Texas. They will be facing Mr. Aguila, Picaro El Barriqua, and Pirata Morgan. In the main event of that night, former WWE Tough Enough competitor Chelsea Green noted on Twitter last night that she was able to run for the first time since suffering her ankle injury on the show, leading to her departure. She's also taking bookings now, as seen in the tweet from Clutch City Productions that she posted on Twitter. Dark match main event before main event tapings in Albany saw Dolph Ziggler defeat Heath Slater, and thus the reason why I get several reports from different people and different dirt sheets. Because another one stated that it was before the SmackDown taping. Well, main event taping number 1 from Albany, New York, courtesy of WrestlingInc.com. Rusev defeated Zack Ryder. Braun Strowman defeated Kurt Axel. Cesaro defeated Bo Dallas. Dean Ambrose defeated King Barrett. Thanks to Big DVS for the following main event spoilers for the number 2 and my only other main event spoiler from Albany, New York. Rusev defeated Zack Ryder with the accolade. Braun Strowman squashed Curtis Axel. Cesaro defeated Bo Dallas with a sharpshooter. Dean Ambrose defeated King Barrett with dirty deeds. A little bit more detail, but not much more. Report number 1 for SmackDown tapings, courtesy of WrestlingInc.com. Real brief, Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina defeated Bella Twins and Alicia Fox. Ryback defeated Kevin Owens by countout in the Intercontinental title match. Neville and the Lucha Dragons defeated Stardust and the Ascension. And your main event, Kane and the Dudley Boys defeated Seth Rollins and New Day. Stipulation of the match was that Rollins only agreed to the match if Corporate Kane sat at ringside while the masked Kane wrestled. Kane was at ringside to start the match, but he was injured and returned as the masked Kane. Thanks to BVD, the Big DVS for the following SmackDown spoilers from Albany, New York, from Tuesday night. Seth Rollins kicked off SmackDown by cutting a promo on Kane and calling him to the ring. Corporate Kane comes out on crutches. It's proposed that tonight's main event will be Rollins and the New Day versus the Dudley Boys and Demon Kane. Rollins accepted the match as long as Corporate Kane sat at ringside. Corporate Kane agreed and says he's looking forward to it. Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina defeated Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, and Alicia Fox when Nikki tapped out to Sasha Banks' finisher. Bray Wyatt will address Roman Reigns later on in the evening, was advertised. Given Ryback defeated Kevin Owens by countout with the Intercontinental title on the line. They both hit the floor after a double countout. Ryback rolled back in the ring first, but Owens said no more and got counted out. Lucha Dragons and Neville defeated Stardust and the Ascension with Kalisto pinned Connor. Bray Wyatt came out with Braun Strowman and Luke Harper. He cut a promo. Anyone but you, Roman promo, and comes out. Out comes Roman through the crowd alone. This leads to Wyatt versus Reigns at Hell in a Cell inside the cell being made. Kane's music hit, and out comes Corporate Kane on crutches. He takes a seat near the announcers. New Day and Seth Rollins versus Dudley Boys and Demon Kane was next. Dudley's came out and Kane's music hit. Again, everyone looks at Corporate Kane confused. Kane just sits there and 3-on-2 match begins. Bubba Ray gets thrown to the floor and Kane gets up to check on him. Rollins nails a dive on the floor. He dives to the floor but hits Kane instead. Kane sells an injury and is helped to the back. Devon tags and a brawl breaks out. Pyro hits and out comes Demon Kane to attack Rollins. The Dudleys get the win for their team after a 3D. Rollins jumps the barrier and runs away as Kane chases him. Kane comes back and gets the World Heavyweight title belt. He choke slams the Dudleys and hits the tombstone on Kofi Kingston. Pyro hits again and Kane holds the title up and taunts Rollins, who is on the ramp as SmackDown ends. Third results posted by Brad Davis on September 30th. There was one comment, but I didn't copy the comment. WWE taped this episode of SmackDown from Albany, courtesy of Tom M. Seth Rollins kicked off SmackDown by cutting a promo on Kane, calling him to the ring. Corporate Kane came out in crutches. It's proposed that tonight's main event will be Rollins and the New Day versus Dudley Boys and Demon Kane. Rollins accepted the match as long as Corporate Kane sat at ringside. Corporate Kane agreed and said he's looking forward to it. Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina Snuka defeated Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, and Alicia Fox, but Nikki tapped out to Sasha Banks. Bray Wyatt will address Roman Reigns later on in the evening, as possibly advertised. Ryback defeated Owens by countout with the Intercontinental title on the line. Thus, you got different finishers. There's a double countout, and they got counted out. Countout. They both hit the floor after a double countout. He's counter-doing himself. Ryback rolled back in the ring but Owens has no more. and got counted out. Lucha Dragons and Neville defeated Stardust and the Ascension with Kalisto pinned Connor. Bray Wyatt came out with Braun Strowman and Luke Harper. Cut a anyone but you Roman promo and come out. Out came Roman, who came through the crowd alone. This led to Wyatt versus Reigns at Hell in a Cell. Match being made. Kane's music hits. Out comes Corporate Kane on crutches. He takes a seat near the announcer's table. And you got the New Day and Seth Rollins versus Dudley's and Demon Kane. Dudley's came out. Kane's music hits again. Everyone looked at Corporate Kane confused. Kane just sat there and 3-on-2 match began. And that was the end of his report because he didn't get the finish of the event. Report number 4 by Steve Carrier from Ringside News from several other dirt sheets. Lords of Pain. Dark match with Dolph Ziggler defeating Heath Slater. So either way, it was either not a dark match before main event, or he's saying it's before SmackDown. SmackDown kept talking with Seth Rollins calling out Kane to the ring. Kane made his way out on crutches. Wanted at the New Day versus Dudley's and Demon Kane. With Corporate Kane was at ringside, was announced for the main event. Sasha, Naomi, and Tamina defeated Nikki, Brie, and Alicia. Ryback defeated Kevin Owens by countout. Lucha Dragons and Devil defeated Stardust and the Ascension. Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Luke Harper come out to cut a promo on Reigns. Out comes Reigns. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell was made. As a setup, Corporate Kane come out on crutches and takes a seat near the announcers table. And New Day versus Seth Rollins. New Day and Seth Rollins versus Dudley's and Demon Kane. Corporate Kane sat there as the 3-on-2 match began. Handicap match. Rollins nails a dive to the floor, but hit Kane instead. Kane sells the injury and has help to the back. Pyro hits it out. Comes Demon Kane. He attacked Rollins. Dudley's ended up getting the win. After the match, Rollins escapes, and Kane starts to chase after him, but comes back to the ring and takes out the Dudley boys. Kane then the Tombstone's Kofi. Pyro hits, and Kane holds the title up. Thus is the reason why I get as many as I can different results from different dirt sheets, because they're a little bit different from the other one. As one of the previous ones said that Kane nailed the Dudleys. But wait, let's see what happens on actual TV. Thanks again. Peace out. See you want to be. And by the way, same report time, same report channel next week. Maybe I'll have some satellite feed from next week so I can see some shows. If not, I continue to get the internet feed of the WWE Network crap with the freezing and the crap with the online buffering crap and what have you. But anyways, peace out. See you want to be. By the way, if you don't know, just call me, bro.